Hi, we're going to make Mrs. Bunny's carrot garden. This is such an easy, such an affordable project. First, you're going to need styrofoam and you're going to need a basket or a box of some kind. I picked this up at a thrift store for $2. Then you're going to need some greenery, and I got this at the Dollar Tree, some moss, and you will also need some other little greeneries, some eggs for everything I bought was pretty much at the Dollar Tree. Then you're going to need like a little flower pot, and I got that at Dollar General, some little beads. Then you're going to I'm going to reuse my styrofoam. So I'm not going to hot glue a lot to this. And I'm going to stick some skewer down in there, and then I'll clip off the end. Then I'm going to add the moss, and I'm not going to glue the moss down. Like I said, I'm going to reuse it again in another project. I'm just showing you what you can do. You could glue this down if you want it to be permanent, which would be fine. And you're just going to spread it everywhere. We're just kind of making this look like her little garden area where she's going to sit and look over her little carrot garden. Once you get the moss where you want it and laid thick and full like you want, then you're going to start adding your carrots. I took the skewers and I put in the bottom of the carrots because, like I said, I'll probably use them in a different project. And I'm just going to take and put them down into the styrofoam. And I'm only going to do about 3 carrots. Then you're going to take your I'm showing where I didn't like the bunny the way it looked. Its nose, I painted the little pink nose on it. Otherwise, it looked like a little pig nose. So I'm making little whiskers out of floral wire, and I wrap it around the skewer to give it like a curly. Then I'm going to set her down, and she's got a skewer in the bottom of her, so she'll push down and set there. And just set her down there. And then I'm going to take these eggs, and I don't know why at the Dollar Tree they got these like little feathers on them. I did glue these down, but I realized, oh, why did I do that? But hey, we all make mistakes, but it's not a big deal. I'll take it off. Then I'm going to take some greenery and put a little topper on my carrots. I just think it looks so cute. And then I'm going to put a little bit more greenery in her little floral bouquet that she's holding. And then I'm just going to end up making, I took this flower pot, and oh my God, you guys, it was a nightmare to get this to stick on this dowel rod that I painted. So I had to take some burlap and glue on the bottom of it. I don't know if my hot glue gun wasn't hot enough or there was just something with that. It just wouldn't stick. But finally I got it to stick with some E6000 and glue, so I was good. Drove me nuts getting that on there, though. I'm not going to lie there. I about threw that thing across the room, but I think it looks really cute in the end. Then I'm making Mrs. Bunny a pearl necklace, and this comes out so cute, you guys, once it's all done. I took some painter's tape and just wrapped the end of it so it wouldn't fray on me as I was stringing the beads on. I think it looks so cute on her. She's so cute. And then I found some little pink roses that I had, so I put that in her hair. I think it looks up by her little ear there. I think it's so cute. I love this thing. And really, you guys, look how precious this is. It only took me about 10 minutes to put this together. So fast, easy, cute, cute, cute. I hope you guys try it. And look, there my little lamp is. Also, you guys, I got the bunny for this at the Dollar Tree. Now we're going to make our country carrot hanging wall hanger. You're going to need some burlap ribbon or just burlap. If you have some extra burlap that you can just make into ribbon, you can do that as well. And then I'm going to paint it an orange color. I did make a mistake, so where you see it's glob there, I tried to blot it off with some paper towel, but I ended up putting that at the back to cover up the back part of my carrot. And then you're just going to dry brush the rest of this until you get it to a color that you like. I'm not going to make it a really dark orange color. I just want to dry brush it everywhere. And I just continue to do this. And you're just going to continue to dry brush and keep dry brushing until you get it completely covered. And I had 2 pieces I used to do this. But you could use the burlap ribbon you get from Dollar Tree and just smaller sides and do this as well. Now I'm showing you where I have it done. And now I'm going to take some brown And my theory was, you know how carrots have divots? If I paint that outer edge there darker brown, maybe it'll show like a definition like a carrot. That was my thought process. I do think it come out cute. I really do. And I did the whole thing like that. Then I'm going to take it with some brown and I'm going to distress it a little bit here, going up and down and just give it like dirty little marks for distressing on it. I think this comes out really, really cute. It was easy to do. Then I'm going to take my greenery here that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make the top, the greenery at the top. I did buy the wire form at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use some wire, floral wire, and tie this on. Because like I said, I'm going to reuse all this again. And then I'm just going to put it on there, and I take and I go around the wire form really good on the carrot there, wrap it around, twist it a couple really good times, and then I just wrap it around the actual form, and it makes it hold a little better. I could have used zip ties on it, and I probably should have, but oh well, I did what I did, you know. Hindsight, I guess. And then I'm going to add some other, and this one I take the wire behind both of them, crisscross it, and make a couple of really tight twists on this as well, and do the same thing over again and twist it around. And then the third one I ended up having to zip tie it on because the wire wasn't going to hold it tight enough, which, like I said, hindsight, I probably should have did it all that way. Now I'm getting ready to lay the burlap down, and I'm going to start at the top here, and I'm just going to add a little glue and just keep going until I get it wrapped around there. And I do pull it pretty tight when I get to the other side. I want to make sure it's kind of taut on there. Flip it over and then just kind of put some glue on the wire there and pull that tight and push it down. I don't think my hot glue gun's as hot as it used to be. That's a 30-year-old glue gun. Time for a new one. So then I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to flip to the other side here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You're just going to continue to just pull it tight and make sure you glue it good. Over here where it kind of comes in there, I'm just going to snip it so I've got like a little flap there so I can come around that way. And I'll, like, again, just hot glue and press it down. And I'll end up cutting off a little bit here in a little bit. I'll just get it all, cut off any excess that I have. There you go, just like that. And you're just going to continue to do this all the way down the carrot. And just snip off the excess. You don't need that. But I think it's going to come out really, really cute, you guys. And see, that's what I was talking about. Like, if you paint that brown, it kind of gives it like the carrot. At least that was in my mind. Of course, I could be wrong. Who knows? Then I'm just going to add my last piece. And the last piece was a little bit trickier. I don't know why. But anyhow, it went on pretty easy once I figured I'm going to cut off all this extra. I don't need all this extra. So I did cut that off, and then I lay it down and start gluing away. And at the very tip, I kind of do a couple extra folds so it folds around to give it that round tip. And I cut off extra too. But guys, this is such a super easy project to do, and it looks really cute when it's done. You know, I was thinking like even the little bunny, but this thing could hang, like if you knew somebody that had was in a nursing home, sometimes, you know, doing something like this to hang on their door is nice. We did that for our father when he was in the nursing home. We made different things that hung on his door. Patty and I did, and he knew where his room was. You know, oh, that hangs on my room. But see, this is where I think it looks really cool when I did that. I actually think this little carrot came out really cute. Super easy to do. And then I just added the back piece on there. And now I'm going to make the ribbon. I cut 1.5 inch ribbon at 10 inches, the 2.5 at 11, and then the smaller ones, I believe I cut them at 10 as well. And then you're just going to, I'm just kind of laying them any way I want. Crisscross, star pattern, whatever you want. Just, if you want to make a traditional bow, or bow, excuse me, make the traditional bow. But I just keep adding the smaller bows and just crisscross, crisscross, however you want to do it. I think it come out super, super cute, you guys. Really, really cute. And just keep building and building and building. You could, if you just want to use just a couple different ribbons, you could. If you wanted to use burlap in this, you could have, and I probably should have. But I think it comes out really cute in the end anyway. I like the way this turned out. But see how easy to make this bow is? Anybody can do this. So, so easy. And I hope you guys do try this. It's so much, it's easy to do. Children can do this, at least the bow part, wrapping around if they wanted to. Older children, I guess I should say. But it's an easy project to do. It didn't take very long to do this. Once you get everything cut out and ready to go, it's so, so easy to do. If you guys have any ideas that you'd like to see us do, please leave it in the comments because we're always looking for new ideas and new things to try. We appreciate all of you that have joined us and subscribed to us. We really appreciate you guys. And I'm slowly getting this done. I'm almost finished. And then I'm going to add a couple of embellishments on it. I have carrots here that I'm going to hang at different heights. I just tied some jute around them. And I'm just going to stick them on there. And then I'm going to add a carrot and a little bunny rabbit. And here I had, I'm going to add my little bunny rabbit there. I already added my carrots. So I'm going to add the little bunny rabbit, put a little rose on her head to cover up that little hole. And I think that's about all I'm going to do. I just think this come out so cute, you guys. I hope you try it. And please subscribe and like. We're just starting out and we'd really appreciate it. Look how adorable this is. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And I hope you do these crafts. God bless you. Have a happy Easter. Thank you.